I thought this was a zombie game. Until the neighbors joined in, it started as a simple idea. I wanted a little zombie apocalypse simulation in my backyard. Nothing serious, just me, some fake blood packets, a few friends in tattered clothes, and a game of Survive the Horde. I figured it would be fun. Maybe a little silly. Maybe some Instagram-worthy chaos. How bad could it get? Famous last words. I hadn't even finished painting the fake blood on my arms before chaos arrived. My neighbor, old Mrs. Henderson, wandered over. She had seen me through the fence. "Is this real?" she asked, holding her cane like a spear. "It's a game," I assured her. "Nothing serious." Her eyes narrowed. Then, without warning, she lunged at me. I stumbled backward, screamed in a way I hadn't realized I was capable of, and toppled into a small pile of zombie props I had so lovingly arranged. A foam axe bounced off my head. It was then that the rest of the neighborhood appeared. First Mr. Patel, who thought it was some kind of prank war and brought his garden rake. Then the teenagers from 3 doors down, wielding Nerf swords, shouting, "We're coming for you." Suddenly, my quiet backyard game looked less like a simulation and more like the first act of a real apocalypse. I ducked behind a folding chair as Mrs. Henderson's cane nearly skewered my shin. "Wait, wait," I shouted. "It's fake. We're just practicing survival." But no one listened. It turns out, zombies are apparently contagious if enough people think they're real. Within 10 minutes, my small, harmless game had become a full-blown neighborhood phenomenon. People were running through yards, fake blood smeared across unsuspecting cats, dogs barking in terror, and one guy from across the street kept shouting, "I'm immune," while swinging a garden hose like a machete. By the time my friend zombies arrived, exhausted from laughing at the chaos, I realized I had made a critical mistake. I hadn't set the boundaries. There were rules in my head, sure, but apparently everyone else had their own rules. Some were aggressive, some were confused, and some were just very committed. The neighbor kids started forming alliances. Mrs. Henderson now had a makeshift fortress behind a barbecue grill. Mr. Patel was strategically hoarding empty soda cans as ammo. And me? I was crawling under a picnic table, trying not to be trampled by my very alive, very human zombies. Hours passed. Well, minutes, but it felt like hours. Somewhere in the chaos, someone threw a foam grenade, or maybe it was a crumpled soda can that hit me squarely in the back. I went flying, landed in a kiddie pool, and emerged looking like a wet, defeated zombie hybrid. Finally, as the sun began to set, I called a truce. We all laughed until our sides hurt, exhausted from the absurdity. My backyard was a battlefield, spray paint stains on the grass, fake blood in the bush, foam axes everywhere. But strangely, it had been the most fun I'd had all year. As I cleaned up, Mrs. Henderson leaned on her cane, smirked, and said, "Next time, you need to warn us first. Or maybe, make it real," nodded nervously. Maybe next time, I'd stick to board games. Love what you see? Hit like, share, and subscribe for more stories and tunes.